Hey guys, so we've been learning about civility this past week, and I found it really fascinating just learning more about the issue and the topic at hand. My favorite definition that I found for civility, as I read this week, it is found on page 273 in our textbook. It says that civility is the ability to have lasting, stable, and peaceful interactions with other people. It really sets the tone in a simple, pretty concise definition of three main things: lasting, stable, and a peaceful relationship with others. And I really like that about its definition for civility. And the more I thought about it throughout this week, I really think civility is a really good concept, a beautiful concept, in fact. But I don't think while we are here on this earth that we will ever reach the epitome of civility, the perfect civil society. I don't think that exists and will ever exist while here on this earth. And that all traces back to how I believe this is a broken world. But nonetheless, I really think right now in our society, if we take these three main things from the definition: stable, lasting, and peacefulness, I really think our society right now is struggling with knowing whether it's overly peaceful or not. I think our society is just overly peaceful. Now, don't get me wrong, I consider myself a peaceful guy, and I think peace is a very, very important thing in society, but I think right now our society is being too externally focused on what other people think and not wanting to cause altercations just because our opinions may differ from that of another person. And I think that all traces back to not being too peaceful and not wanting to express our own opinions and ideas over things. And ultimately, that causes such an internal battle and exhaustion internally. And while we're in front of other people with an external peacefulness, and I just don't think that's very healthy to have that external peace, but inside truly being someone totally different just because we didn't speak up. And it goes back with political correctness too, as far as that being more destructive than actually constructive. Another thing that I found pretty interesting as I read this week was in our book, it talks about faces that we put on in front of other people. On page 277 and 278, this could be found, and it narrows it down to three main faces that we really try to show to other people, which is fellowship, wanting other people to like us; competency, which is we just want respect from other people; and autonomy, which is our craving for independence over other people. And I think in our society, these three things are directly related to civility because, as the book mentions, when those three faces are threatened by outside forces or even internally, I think is when we begin to throw out respect, when we throw out what we, our respect for other people, and we just focus totally on ourselves, and everything starts to crumble after that. When our faces, when our appearance, when our self-image begins to be threatened by something or someone. And I think this is the root cause of civility never being able to be reached to its maximum potential. And and I struggle with these same things as well. As far as the videos, I really think personally it was very uncomfortable for me to even watch them. To be honest, there's just something very off-putting about someone interrupting someone's speech. And as I've kind of hinted to, that I just believe that we should be more assertive as a society. I do believe that there's a time and place to be assertive, though, and those instances throughout those videos were just not the time or place for those things to happen. And it creates a very uncomfortable and uneasiness as an audience member looking at a video, let alone being in the audience during something like that. And personally, I've had experience very similar, unfortunately. Last semester, I was taking a class at IPFW. It was a research writing class. And during the class, at the end of the semester, everyone had to give a presentation over their semester-long research. During my presentation, during my speech, halfway through it, right in the middle of it, our teacher interrupts me abruptly and voices his own opinions and disagreements about what I was speaking about at that time. And I get why he did it, but again, that was not the time or place for that, and it caused the civility in that room to be shattered. And this was really uncomfortable, to say the least. And unfortunately, that was one of my experiences over civility. Thank you.